Filmed the following video February 4th around 9 or 9:30 p.m. just as a plea to folks to don't get mad, don't get angry at me if I'm critical of Donald Trump, Alex Jones. I didn't mention it. I mentioned those tech icon make your skin crawl people that give me the heebie-jeebies. I don't think anybody who watches me is big fans of them, but I'm talking like Elon Musk, Larry Ellison, Sam Altman. And, I don't think I made myself clear enough in the following video you're going to see here in a minute. I guess I just have to pose the question, how can anyone who loves freedom, who loves the Lord, who loves children for that matter, be okay with the things that these gentlemen, these guys, I won't call them gentlemen, these men, these power hungry, greedy monsters are planning? How can you be okay with it? And that's what I want to make myself more clear about. How can any of you be okay with it? Here I go. I'm getting ready to mention names. I'm sure my followers are going to drop off like flies falling off of a cold wall. How can you be okay with this, Patera from Appalachia's Homestead? Pinball, I quit on him a long time ago. I don't know. Who else is sold out to Donald Trump? Who else is all about the Trump train? Any of you all listening to me? How can you be okay with this? How can you be okay with colonizing, with his statements of him seeking out all these other countries that he's going to own? That's not who we are. How can you be okay with transhumanism? How can you be okay with getting chips in people's heads? How can we be okay with vaccines that can track people 24/7? How can you be okay with running people out of their countries? Y'all understand how many Christians have been murdered, slaughtered, tortured, and run out of Gaza, of Palestine, in the past year and a half? How can you be okay with that and call yourself a follower of Jesus? I know Appalachia's getting help. Good, but at what cost? At what cost? We're in the tribulation. Don't be deceived. Much love. Stay tuned for the following video. I don't know where we're going after this. I know where I'm going. I'm staying in the Bible. I know I'm about to reach a milestone. It won't be too much longer before I get 1,000,000 views, but I don't know if I'll be able to hang on to YouTube after all of this. I cannot be a part of this red team. I can't. I'm not a part of the blue team. I'm past political, past politic. I'm all in for God. And God surely don't like ugly. God surely don't like greed, and he don't like murder. So if you're all in for Donald Trump, you're not in for God. Much love. Take heed. Hey, what's up, everybody? I don't really watch a lot of the news. I know what the outcome is going to be. And sorry, there's some kind of lag right now. But so I've stopped watching it, and unfortunately, most people in my life, I'm trying to say this without hurting anybody's feelings but most people don't want to fully know the truth. And by fully, okay, we're putting it out there. Yeah, this administration is doing huge things already, of course, but huge things, good and bad. And this is what most people don't want to hear, and people get upset with you, and I don't want anybody to get upset with me. I don't want anybody to be deceived. That's where I'm at. I don't want anybody to be deceived. So yeah, they have the Army Corps of Engineers already on site in North Carolina. Yeah, FEMA trailers are getting delivered to people. Yeah, there's going to be an end to teenage and childhood mutilations. Yeah, there appears that there's going to be an end to a lot of the horrible, horrible waste of our tax-paying dollars. Yeah, immigration may get under control. And I mean that with just respect. There's plenty of people that I know who weren't born here, who came here, who are good, upstanding citizens and people. What I mean is maybe the fentanyl problem will get under control. Maybe people who want to come here the proper way won't have to wait so long because of all the politic. I'm sure there's other things I'm leaving out. And so, I could agree with people on that stuff and people on the right. And yeah, I mean, I get it. I see how you can be happy. But how can you build friendships and relationships with Ilbay 8 gays? Bill Gates, come on. 3-hour dinners? I'm sorry, but Elon Musk wants to put chips in people's heads. He wants to put chips in your brain. Does that sound familiar to anyone? But now it's okay if it's Elon Musk. Ellison talking about how citizens will be monitored 24/7, and that's one of your best confidants, and you've putting them in the government to be in control of us. Live action military in our own borders? What about Posse Comitatus? And I don't want to bring up names, but I mean, just a few for reference. Alex Jones, how many times have you talked about Jade Helm, about the military coming after its own people, in a sense, at least on our own ground. And now tonight, oh, well, first of all, in the first few days, we're gonna take over Canada. We're gonna buy Greenland. We're gonna. I'm not a colonizer. I mean, this is 2025. And now tonight, the coup de grace. Do you know what all goes on with the people who follow the Talmud? Do you know what it says about non-Jewish people? Do you know what it says about Goyim children, little girls? Do you know who follows the Talmud? And you're best friends with them, and you're welcoming them into the White House, and you're making big plans, and you think we need to take over Gaza and develop it? Go back and look at my videos. Do your homework. Start critically thinking if you're not already. 6 months to a year ago, I put out a video about Jared Kushner planning seaside property development in Gaza. It's a clearinghouse. Get rid of the people to develop the property and sell it for millions and millions of dollars. Folks, time is short. You cannot get on this red train and ride it through all the stops and think you can jump off before it's too late. You have to understand, it's us versus them. I'm glad the people of Appalachia are getting help. I really am. That is what matters the most to me. Even more than the horrible, egregious waste of my tax money. But you can put lipstick on a pig. But it's still a pig. Much love. I'll try not to do too many of these videos very often, but I had to say something tonight after I found out that he's talking about probably should take over Gaza and develop it. What about all those Christians who've been displaced in the past year and a half? El Presidente. What about all those Christian children that is never talked about on the news, who are being persecuted, tortured, tormented, and murdered in Gaza? Bet you didn't know that, did you? Better wake up. Smell the bacon.